If a nuclear bomb were dropped into a Category 17 storm, many people might imagine that the massive explosion would tear the hurricane apart instantly. However, once we understand the true scale of a storm's energy, it becomes clear that such an idea is virtually impossible. In reality, although a nuclear bomb carries devastating power, its energy is just a faint spark compared to the immense and continuous force inside a hurricane. Therefore, even if the bomb detonated at the very center of the storm, it simply wouldn't have enough power to weaken a system fueled by billions of tons of warm water vapor rising from the ocean. Moreover, when we consider the nature of a hurricane, it becomes even more obvious that a bomb cannot destroy something that has no solid structure to break apart. A storm isn't a fixed object. It is a constantly evolving engine powered by heat from the sea. As a result, even a massive explosion would only be absorbed and distributed throughout the swirling mass of air. In other words, the storm would not dissipate, would not lose strength, and would likely not even shift direction. Even worse, dropping a nuclear bomb into such a storm would unleash a chain of consequences far more dangerous than the hurricane itself. This is because the radioactive fallout from the explosion would be swept up by the storm's violent winds, spreading contamination over an enormous and completely uncontrollable area. Radioactive rain would then fall onto the ocean and land, traveling further through ocean currents and seasonal winds, causing long-term environmental devastation. The result would be mass death of marine life and severe health impacts on humans who consume contaminated seafood, leading to cancer, genetic mutations, and diseases that could harm generations. Furthermore, when we compare these catastrophic risks with the absolute lack of benefit, the idea becomes even more unreasonable. Historically, there was a time when the United States briefly considered using nuclear weapons to influence weather systems. But once scientists performed detailed analyses, the concept was quickly dismissed. The reason is simple. No weapon, no matter how powerful, can control a natural system as massive as a hurricane, while radioactive fallout is guaranteed and long-lasting. Ultimately, when we reconsider the question, it becomes clear that dropping a nuclear bomb into a Category 17 storm is not only useless, but extremely dangerous. It would not destroy the storm, weaken it, or redirect it. Instead, it would turn a powerful hurricane into a worldwide radioactive catastrophe. Therefore, rather than trying to fight nature with destructive weapons, humanity should focus on improving forecasting, early warnings, and disaster response, tools that genuinely save lives and protect the environment.